And we're live.
We're live. Da, 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 da,
You did the intro.
I know, I was playing the song in my head.
That's not the song at all.
Getting back,
That's a jazz tune.
getting back into the swing of things.
I know that we are country rock gals, but honestly, a sweet, smooth jazz intro.
Right up our alley.
Yeah, I think it's classic. Just like us, timeless, as some might say.
Oh, alright.
Anyway.
Hey y'all, welcome to Design to Get Dirty with the McRae Sisters. What?
You say I'm Paige.
Oh, I'm Paige.
I'm Kelly.
And we're
the McRae Sisters. Oh my god.
We've only done this 3 times.
Oh yeah, it's been a couple weeks, so Paige forgot her lines.
Also, you'll notice things look a little different.
Oh yeah, we can look at the camera now.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking like...
We're
I was
both
trying
just,
to avoid...
We're both just staring off.
I look like a meerkat trying to find his mom. Hi.
Yeah, you know, we started doing videos and then we switched to full podcast, no video, and we realized we really missed the video component.
We like to watch ourselves.
You know what? No, you guys missed the video component.
No, yeah, there was like 7 of you that really enjoyed our YouTube.
We're like, what happened to the video?
Like, we can't let those 7 down.
So,
I mean,
we're gonna try doing video and podcast.
So we're hitting both fields. So we're
All in
hitting you
one.
7 and you 10. All 17 of you are pleased.
Also, apologies for the delay in getting an episode out there. We recorded an episode on burnout, and I honestly think we were so burned out
It didn't trip.
that the episode
Yeah.
was crispy.
And honestly,
like burned to it. The episode was, we were so burned out, the episode was
also
burned out.
Yeah, it's like a crisp ember at the end of the night. I'd like to say we're not sorry about getting about it. We needed the time. You know, sometimes in our episode, we were talking about you need to take a break. And so we're not going to apologize for taking a break. You know
what? You're right. We're not going to apologize.
But we'll make you miss us just a little. Some of you were like, oh my god, where's that episode? I know at least 2 of you were thinking it. And, you know, we'd like to leave them wanting more.
Unlike all the people on the date
that we
apps
did.
right now. I actually made a list of things that are cringe-worthy that I've seen on Bumble that I wanted to bring up to you.
Sure. Yeah.
So I recently got back on the apps.
Incredible.
Kelly's friend told us, not me, but I'm just the one that
told me and I told Paige.
Yes. But I'm the only one that did something about it.
I'm not an app girl. Maybe one day.
Bumble is where it's at, not Hinge. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a go. Sign up for Bumble. Definitely better than Hinge. So if you're out there in the dating world, recommend Bumble over Hinge. However, it is still so cringy. So cringy. And I've been on it for like a week and I am contemplating deleting it because I'm just like...
Times are tough out there for the single people.
And these are some of the key reasons why.
You made a list.
I did, but I made a list because
it's very efficient of you.
I didn't want to forget things, but
lean back.
Oh,
relax. You will get loud. I know you.
Oh. Well, the last time you said I was quiet, so.
Well, I've actually never in my life said you were quiet.
Yes. Okay, whatever. First one. People who say that they're open-minded, like in their profiles, they will say open-minded.
Right.
Or that's something that they value, like it's one of the traits that they value.
Sure.
But then they'll write something like, swipe how you vote. So basically like, that's for...
Oh, like politically. Oh, they're politically open-minded, but they're saying...
No. They're saying, their profile says they're open-minded.
Oh.
And like empathetic, like they're looking for open-mindedness and empathy.
Sure.
And then their next prompt will be, swipe how you vote.
You're like, that's just insane.
I want to punch you in the face.
I mean...
Because it's obviously for conservatives, because swipe right if you like someone. Swipe left if you don't like someone.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
But I'm like, I mean, not the response I thought I was going to get from you.
Well, I can always appreciate a witty remark. I mean,
True.
I also, yeah.
Well, I just think it's regardless of how you actually vote or like your political affiliation. That's crazy to me that you would put open-mindedness as a trait that you're looking for in someone.
Sure.
And then you have the audacity to write swipe how you vote. So you're not open-minded.
Yeah, like you're like, but you actually have to have every belief that I have for this to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's insane. I mean, I would, you know what, no. I'm
open-minded.
I don't want to get political. I'm not going to go
Well, it's not
further.
even about, like, political. It's not even about getting political.
I think
it's just,
hard
like,
for me.
It's crazy that we live in this world where, like, people literally won't date outside of their political party anymore.
Well, it's because the nature is just, like, so insane. Well, that's, like, a whole different beast to
I know. But then don't
Don't write your open-minded.
Don't put your open-minded, and don't write, and don't put that you're looking for open-mindedness in a partner. That's a trait that you value in your partner.
Because you are, they're like, I really like everything you bring, except I fall left of the spectrum, and you're like, nope. You're like, then you're obviously not open-minded.
Then you're not open-minded.
Yeah, no, I totally get you on that.
And I think along those lines, like, people that put, like, people put, like, hard do's and don'ts.
Sure.
Like, don't swipe if Mexican food is your favorite. I don't know. That's a dramatic example. But people literally put stuff like that. And you're like, that's crazy to me.
That's tough. I haven't been on an app in so long, so this is all, like, so new to me to hear.
Or, like, must play tennis on the weekends. And you're like,
what? Well,
I mean, obviously, we're just not, like,
we're not a good match.
Personally am not, we're not a good match. But
yeah. I mean, maybe there's going to be a tennis player on there who's like, oh, the
I
love
also
of my
tennis.
life.
Yeah, but even, I think if, like,
it's still insane.
Yeah, if a dude wrote must ride dirt bikes, I'd be like, no.
That is aggressive.
Because to me, like, you're not open-minded. You're so set in your hobbies and your ways. And that's coming from someone who actively looks for
who would like you to dirt bike as well.
Yeah.
No, that's, wow, anything too
I just think anything too, like, hard,
Let's
like
just
a hard
get
line.
To know each other.
Like, the do's and the don'ts. I'm like...
Yeah, that feels like pros and cons or type of list.
Yeah.
It's very exact.
People who put, don't know why I'm on here, can't believe I'm back on here. It's like, I get it. Yeah,
that's
it's cringe.
Cringy.
It's so cringe. Because it's like...
I know exactly why you're back on here. By that statement alone.
But I'm like...
Don't act like you're too cool for the app and then be on the app.
And then be on the app. Or, like, be on the app and then, yeah, act like you're too cool for it and don't fill out the prompts or, like, add photos. It's like, then why are you on here at all?
Because that would make me insecure reading your,
well,
like,
that's
being like, I'm on the app.
I'm on the app, so are you saying it's weird that I'm on the app and I'm, like, trying to get to know you?
And maybe it took someone, like, a big leap to get back on the app, and then they read prompts like that, and they're like, oh, should I not? Like, what? This guys think that. But you're on it. Shut the fuck up. Dude.
You're on it.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm on here.
Then I can. Then I can.
Then get out. And also it's just like, yeah, there's just, then that, to me, it's just like a masculinity, a pride and ego thing that is behind that. But I'm like, but I also think it was funny to joke about it when apps first came out. And it was like, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I met my partner on an app. But I think it was when apps were just coming out, but people were still meeting in the wild. And people would joke like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm meeting people on an app when I could just go to the bars, and like, or people that actually were getting in relationships from the app or getting married, and they'd make jokes about like, oh, let's tell our families that we met at a music festival. And you're like, ha ha ha, that's so funny. Like, sure. But I feel like, especially after COVID, when a lot of people were dependent on the apps to date and like get to know people, it's like, we're past that. Like, so many people meet on the apps now, and if you're on the app,
you're on the app.
Then you're on the app.
To say you're on the app,
and don't make me feel like you said. Don't make me feel embarrassed. I mean, I don't. I'm just like, but I could see for another girl's perspective, like if she read that and was like, oh well, now I'm embarrassed about being on the app, and like, also like, do you not want to be talked to?
It's one thing to say if you're like talking to your friends and you're like, I can't believe I'm like back on Hinge. It's one thing to like say it, to put it in your Hinge profile. You sent that and you're like, this is good, and you only get so many prompts, right?
Yeah. And
you chose that as the one. I'm like, I already just know your sense of humor is lacking, because if that's the wittiest thing you could come up with to allure a woman. You offer
allure? You mean lure?
You have no allure.
You have no allure to lure.
I'm just thinking you have a select amount of prompts to be as creative as possible.
Yeah.
To attract, not even just whoever you're trying to attract, and you chose that, I'm like, you're already lacking.
You're already a dud. You're already just a scoop of vanilla ice cream with no flavor, no toppings. They didn't even, you're not even vanilla bean ice cream. You don't even get the bean.
Oh my god.
Oh. Whoa, that escalated.
Honestly, what a diss. That would make me sad. Dude, if a kid was like, you're nothing but vanilla ice cream, not even the bean, I'd be like, oh shit.
You don't even get vanilla bean. It is though, like I don't know,
Yeah, no, move.
Only pictures of their bodies,
Sure.
or like, or no face pics. And you're like,
no face pics.
or it's like,
they don't post their face? Wait.
or it's like far away pictures of their face where you're like, or it's just constant group photos.
Yeah.
And you're like, or it'll be like their face, but it's like they're wearing sunglasses and a hat and they're turned sideways. And you're like, I have no idea what you look like.
Yeah.
If I can't see your eyes and your teeth.
I need a quality headshot. I need you to go to JCPenney's and just sign up and get a good headshot. Dude, get a silly photo in there.
A silly photo would be, that is what stands out.
Yeah. No, that's, okay, the one time I do remember being on the app, a lot of guys have, it'll be all group photos. I'm like, I don't know which one you are, and now I'm going to assume you're the ugliest one in the group because that guy's not going to do all group photos.
But on the other, true. And on the other hand, though, a guy who's too into himself is only going to post shirtless photos of him.
Dude, when
and
it's
if
all
it's,
selfies,
and when it's all selfies and I'm
like, my guy, do you have friends?
No.
Someone help you.
Okay, though, someone could roast my profile, though, because I have 3 selfies. And then the other 2...
I'm talking selfie. You're holding the camera.
No, okay,
a classic selfie. That's a lot of guy photos. They'll
be like,
I'm taking
them
my own.
Yes, them
I'm talking OG selfie, not a singular photo of you.
Yeah, okay, no. So 3 of mine are singular photos of me that you've taken. The other 2...
What?
is you and me.
Oh, yeah.
So they're like, this girl has no other friends but this one brunette chick.
And... You know what? I am...
But you can tell from my photos, I live my life. Like, I'm out there doing
stuff. And
stuff.
there's someone else on the other side of the camera. Me.
100%. I mean, they're not wrong. I do only hang out with you. So.
And they should know that off the bat. However, if you have to take all your own photos, I just feel like it's a pink flag.
All group photos or all selfies, pink flag.
Yeah, it's a pink... I'd
rather... But... all selfies to me, especially if you're shirtless and
if they're all like gym photos,
I'm like, red flag. I'm not going to match with you. That tells me enough that I need to know about your level of security and confidence in yourself.
Right.
I would rather have someone with all group photos than all selfies.
But I'm going to tell you right now, both are bad. If men are listening, you need
selfies.
You need a mixture. You need a,
selfies, red flag, all group photos, pink flag.
I think it could be all red flag. Why do I not know which one you are? You're probably the one he's like, I'm below 6 foot. That's already against me. No, this is how dudes think. And girls don't care. And if they do, then that's not your girl.
That's not your person.
Because we love a short king. I mean, we're
king.
already pretty short. So I've got a wide selection. 5'5" and above. Then you're taller than me. But I feel like they're like, oh shit, I'm below 6 foot. I'm a little bit of a meatball.
I'm not the best looking dude in my friend group, so I'm just gonna hide.
And that's gonna make
that's actually worse because
okay, this actually. Then I'm like, I hope it's one of these other guys. And then you message him and he sends a photo, and you're like, it's meatball.
You thought you were getting the spaghetti? Well, you're getting the meatball.
And now there's the comparison.
Okay,
and the comparison's gonna theft your shine.
Yeah, you know what's worse too is, now that I'm thinking about it, is using old photos that don't if you don't look like how you did in these photos. So maybe the photos are from a few years ago. So I'm not gonna lie, I could use photos from 6 years ago, and you'd be like, that's her.
Sure. Yeah.
But there's one person in particular. Hope he doesn't listen to this podcast. But that we matched on a dating app, and all of his photos, he was I thought he was super cute.
Yeah.
And then he showed up and he did not look like that at all. Definitely put on weight, which like again, I don't need to be with someone who has a six-pack. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I love a dad bod. I do not fucking care.
It's just the level of honesty. It's like, you're like, so you kind of lied. Like, I feel like that's more like that.
I got catfished a little bit.
Yeah, and you're like, I don't care if you're a meatball that's 5'5". I could be super down, just don't lie about it. Like, give me a chance to like you.
Yeah, don't sell me garlic bread and then give me a meatball. Just sell me a meatball and I'll decide if I want to buy the meatball.
Because I like a good meatball, but I like an honest meatball. Like, I just feel like that's the part, like, that just shows me you're insecure. And that part more than anything. A confident dude, a confident, funny dude, but like, you don't have to be a Riley Green. Honestly, okay, sorry, Riley Green. Oh no, we talk about how hot he is, but he's kind of a dud.
We contemplate whether, like, what kind of personality he has. Obviously, we don't know him.
Dude, did you watch his last interview, though?
No.
He's pretty dud. Like, they're like, so what's your love language? He's like, English. I'm like, fucking Riley, dude. Like, stop. Like, he was being all like, I'm too cool to know what that is. You're like, shut up. And I feel like the whole interview, he's like, if he watches this, good. It's a reality. Like, you could be wittier. You could be funnier. Like, he was answering everything, like, very, like, I'm a man.
Vanilla.
Yeah, and you're just like, okay, like, chill out.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, but again, we do say we're like, sir.
super.
We do say that we're like, we don't know him, so maybe behind the scenes he's like super funny and witty and like we do not know him at all. But when you watch his interviews, you're like, feel like he's so hot, but he's vanilla.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, I would take pizzazz over everything. That makes someone attractive.
Yeah,
you know?
If you're funny, like funny,
yeah,
you could be
honestly
a 5 out of 10. Would I acknowledge?
I didn't know she was out here.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Charlie's out here with us. She's rolling around the front yard.
Sure.
She's probably rolling in cat poop. Hey, what are you doing?
Sniffing.
But I will acknowledge that I think guys think that is so important because women have.
There are women who really do care.
There are women who care, but I think women have made such a big deal about, I'm not gonna date a guy over 6'2". And what I challenge.
You mean date a guy who's below 6'2"?
Or sorry, yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm not gonna date a guy. Like
I won't date a guy over 6'2". I can't.
I don't break my neck.
Oh my god.
No, sorry. Yeah, but I'm saying like I think so many women have set this like quote standard that you have to be over 6 foot, that you have to make 6 figures, that you have to be all these things to be like viable. Right. And I think that's where a lot of this like insecurity for men comes from.
That's totally fair.
And to me, it's like, for all the men out there listening, don't hang out with those women. Sorry, but like,
yeah, that's
like not any. I mean, no, I could confidently say I probably won't be friends with a woman like that. Like, that's just like a girl who thinks like that. I just wouldn't even be friends with. So I don't feel like I'm offending anyone who's listening to this. And if I am,
check
yourself. I invite you to come to McRae HQ. We will record a podcast where you defend your position.
However, I'm also like want to honor if someone has a type. Like if there's someone out there that's like, look, like I'm just I just love a tall guy. Like I just am about, but also is like going for their personality. They're a good dude.
But that's what I'm saying. It can't be. I'm talking about I have a type. But
there's also that are like, if he's not a 9 out of 10, over 6 foot, making 6 figures. I'm like, girl, are you all those things? Because you can't ask for something that you're not bringing to the table. We talk about that all the time. Like, you can't ask for something of a partner that you're not prepared to bring to the table. Like, you can't ask for a rich guy if you're not pursuing, like, making that much money as well. Like, that's just unfair.
Well, I think people would, I think that one specifically, I could see that, like, maybe a wealthy dude is not concerned about marrying or being with a girl who's also... No, she went to hang out with them. I think the money thing is the only one where I could see, like, a wealthy dude's like, I'm not concerned about dating a woman who also makes her own money. Like, yeah. I want a woman who's a stay-at-home mom. Like, I want to be with someone who's a stay-at-home who wants to take care of the kids. And I'll provide the funds. I think. But
if someone's like, I have to marry rich, like, that is their, like, I want to marry a rich dude, I guess you could. Like, there's, like, I think
this is more, it comes into play when it comes to like personality traits.
Explain.
Like Like if a woman is like, I have to be, okay, well, I think we are the example. We're like, we have to be with someone who's ambitious.
Yeah.
And that is a hard line. That's a boundary. That's a line in the sand that I will not cross. At this point, I've tried.
Yeah, we've really tried.
We've really tried, and we've both just realized that like we cannot be with someone who, they don't have to be entrepreneurs, they don't have to be business owners,
they don't have to be like making crazy money or anything.
but just you have to
want to grow. Like you have to.
They just have to want their own life. They have to have their own goals and their own life, and have the drive and ambition to achieve whatever it is that they want to achieve, and to keep going after it. And that is something that I'm like, but we can ask that from a dude because we
bring that to the
table.
Right.
And so like, if a girl was just like, I don't want to belittle any job, but just working some basic bitch, like, I don't want to belittle any job. I don't know. But the first thing was just like, if you're not trying to like, whatever job you're at, get a promotion, get a better job, do all these things, and you're like, I want someone that's getting after it, but you've been working the same position that you're not that you feel like you're settling with. They wouldn't feel like they're settling because they would just be so comfortable in their whatever job that is.
That's true. So I think that's what I'm saying. Well, then take a step back and become more self-aware, because you can't ask for someone who's ambitious if you're not bringing it to the table. Or like, I've heard the one before, like, I want someone who's out there like doing things, who wants to go out. Do you go out and do things? And like, they don't. And I'm like, well, if you want someone that plays pickleball on Tuesdays, you got to go play pickleball on Tuesdays. Like, before you even have that, like, you're gonna meet them by going and doing the thing. Yeah. So, but like, you can't wait on someone to bring that to you. You know.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
My last point.
Okay. Hit me with it.
Where were we left off? Oh. God, this one honestly makes me the most upset, I think.
I want to be on the app with you.
Actually, I don't know. Calling out previous combos, like, so I was trying to think of the best way to explain this, like, so basically you can tell, like, they'll write something like, no, I won't drive, like, to you, like, please don't ask me this, like, yes, I'm really over 6 foot, like, stuff that you can tell previous women have said to them on the app that they're, like, addressing in their prompt. And I think it just goes back to, like, what you said, where I'm like, you have so little space to sell yourself. Yeah. And you're gonna use one of those to, like, basically highlight something that other women on the app have said to you that you're, like, and you clearly didn't match with them.
This is an interesting take. I haven't heard this before, so I'm really just taking it in.
Okay, sure, take it in.
Sure.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like, it'd be like going on a date with a guy and he just, like, brings up things that he used to do with his ex-girlfriend. And you're like, I'm not her. Yeah. So I don't care. Obviously, sure, there is a point where you talk about exes and, like, past relationships, or, like, if it's relevant to the conversation, absolutely. Yeah. You gotta talk about those things. But if we're just, like, at dinner, or, like, we're out having a good time, and a guy continuously is, like...
I feel like girls always ask that question.
Or, like, always this, or girls always this. It's like, okay, well, maybe instead of, like, projecting that onto me, just stop going for girls who do and say those things.
Yeah, I guess... Yeah, that's really interesting.
When you have so little time to, again, present yourself and sell yourself to new suitors, why would you use that opportunity to, like, call out something that obviously bothers you, that other women have said to you, or it's been an issue in the past. Yeah. But, like, you're already putting that out there. Like, by putting it on your profile, you're already putting it out there. So it's already in my head that I'm like, but to me, I'm like, what else went into that conversation for it to bother you so much that you had to put it on your profile? Or, like, when guys are like, and again, sorry, I will take a step back, because I'm like, I haven't seen other women's profiles, and I obviously am not matching with women, so I don't know women's behavior on apps, and I heard it's rough out there. Like, I heard
we can only speak from the female perspective in a heterosexual manner.
But I'm just saying, even, like, I don't like to. I've heard from guy friends that, like, girls can be pretty tough on dating apps, and like
sure, I'm sure there's a lot of duds out there too.
Yeah, so ends. I acknowledge that I am not in your shoes, dudes. I don't know what the girls are saying or doing, but to me, I'm like, even when guys are like, don't match with me just to ghost me, it's like, I'm like, okay, well, that's not my what? Okay, no, that's not my intention though. Isn't to match you to ghost you, but like you're already putting that in my head. Like you putting that on your profile is putting that in my head that there's a reason I'm gonna ghost you. And I'm like, something else.
I see what you mean. It's like, I guess it's just like you're already. To me, I'm thinking like you're a complainer.
You're a complainer.
Like, I guess
you have no self-awareness.
I guess if someone's putting, I see what you mean now. Okay. I feel like that being a specific example, but if you're just like putting something negative on your page, then it's, again, with so few prompts, it's kind of like a peep into how you view the world and like situations, and you're like, versus like, I love a controversial comment where it's like, not necessarily, but it's like, hey, if you like hot sauce on your tacos, get out of here. I feel like, or I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something that could be like maybe a little more like, it's not like a positive thing, but it like sparks conversation.
Well, I think like, yeah, so one of the there is a problem where it's like my personal hell, and someone like my personal hell is, and someone wrote like
being on the mall on a Friday night.
Yes, like
that is my personal hell.
Waiting in the Starbucks line for like 40 minutes.
Right.
Or I don't know, so you know, whatever, something stupid, and you're like,
that's farts in the multiple aisle.
Someone farting in an elevator, and then the elevator breaks.
And I still need to get to floor 6. Yeah, see, but that's funny. Like,
yeah, that is like, you can start a conversation, and it's not, again, but it goes back to like the hard do's and don'ts. Sure. And that to me, it's like, it's funny, it's conversational. You're not drawing a line in the sand. You're like, my personal hell is someone putting mayonnaise on a sandwich and making it for me. Actually, I don't know, what's my personal hell?
I think a lot of mayo on the sandwich could be a personal hell.
And like, that's the only food I have to eat.
Like, if someone brought you that, like, if
my man's mom
is like, hey, we're going to the lake and ask for a sandwich.
No,
hold on.
listen.
No, I'm not done yet. So, and he's like, hey, I'm gonna make you a sandwich for the lake. You're like, great, thank you. This is the sandwich I like. And you get on the boat, no other food. You're on the lake all day. You open your sandwich. It's a mayo and ham sandwich. Ugh. And he's like, there's just chips. That would be so sad, because what's better than a sandwich on a boat? Few things. And now all you
lathered it in mayo.
Dude, just a mayo and ham sandwich. She's like, I'm so sorry, like, we were running out of time. I just threw this together for you. But you're a big ham girl, right? You'd be like, oh my gosh.
I'm not a big ham girl.
That's what I'm saying. It's a ham and mayo. You'd be like, there's actually nothing I hate more in this world. Like, I'm a turkey, lettuce, mustard, tomato, pickle gal.
No tomato, just pickle.
Oh, you're not a big tomato gal?
I mean, I am, but I don't really like it.
I feel like you would throw a tomato on there.
If it was on there, I'll eat it, but I'm
If he pre-sliced some tomatoes for you, you'd be like, okay.
Don't put them on my sandwich, though, until I'm ready to eat my sandwich.
No, you don't put the lettuce, pickles, or tomato on. Boat people.
The lettuce, you can. The tomatoes and pickles, you gotta put it in a separate bag. Don't put them on the sandwich ahead of time.
Yeah.
That's a pretty strong hell. Along those lines, my other personal hell would be...
I keep switching, so just ignore that.
Okay.
I'm just getting angry.
Mayo really gets us fired up. My other personal hell along those lines would be being on a boat with someone who doesn't know... Like, if the boat owner and driver was inexperienced and didn't know how to
do things,
but didn't want help.
Ooh, yeah.
That would be, and I just had
I feel like in any situation, someone who's like a know-it-all and then like won't let you do anything, you're like,
but especially here. Like, picture being, especially, you know me, picture being on the launch ramp, and it's like not even a dude I'm dating, just a friend, anything. You're on a boat.
Associate.
You're on a boat with a group of people, and the owner of the boat thinks they know everything, or like, or just is a newbie, but doesn't want help, like, docking the boat or putting the boat on the launch ramp, and everyone, you're like, all of a sudden you're unqualified captain. You're fucking sideways. He's ramming into the cement launch ramp, and you just have to sit there, and he's like, doesn't want any help, and you just have to sit there while everyone's watching your boat. Right. That is a personal hell for me. But anyway, yeah, those are my bullet points on dating profiles thus far, and that's honestly like,
it's so interesting.
90% of profiles have at least one of these, if not more, and I'm just like, what am I what am I doing on this app? What am I doing here? But I don't put it on my profile.
True.
I just say it to my sister and I'm like, why am I here? But I think my profile, we could do a deep dive. I think my profile is pretty solid, and
I haven't seen it.
I just focus on like a little humor,
True.
some positives,
Yeah.
like being outdoorsy.
It's all about the conversation starters. You got to really focus on like what's gonna get someone to reply.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that is the goal of your prompts.
Yeah, Bumble's a little different because it's like you both have to like each other before a conversation can start type it. Like,
oh, I see. But you have prompts on your.
But you have like, it's not so, yeah, it's
not like Hinge with the prompts.
It's like, it kind of is, but I feel like it's more conversational, less question, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like Hinge is more about like the question so that they have something to respond to.
Sure.
Whereas like Bumble, it's more so just like, oh, I like this person, that's a funny answer. And then you both have to like each other, and then you could message if you both.
Oh, I see. Interesting approach.
I don't know. Honestly, consider myself a philanthropist. I was like, maybe I offer to redo 5 dudes' profiles. Like,
amazing.
I would love nothing more, because there are some guys where I'm like, you seem like a cool, like you seem like a nice guy.
You just need a little help.
But no girl is gonna vibe with this. And like the pictures that are chosen, if they're blurry, like you said, if they're all selfies, if they're just like you laying on your couch with your cat and it's like there's like 7 of them in a row and you're like, I'm like, there's strategy that goes into this.
No, there really is. There's one prompt that I still remember to this day. Me and this guy didn't end up going on a date or anything, but it was so funny to me. I'm like, this is the epitome of like the perfect prompt. It was a picture of the guy going like making that face, and it says when she puts the shopping cart back in the rack or whatever. And I was like, that's funny. And I wrote back and I was like, I put mine back every time. And then we could talk and then just don't go on dates. But like, that's what I'm saying. I was like, you can get witty with it. I'm like, this guy's funny.
That's
like,
funny.
And he looked like a goober in the photo. And he like, I don't know. And I was just like, whenever she puts the shopping cart back, and I was like, oh, he's a good dude. He likes to be a good citizen.
Likes when you put the shopping cart back.
Yeah.
So
that
do
means
I.
He does.
Yeah.
And I can't stand when people don't put the shopping cart back. If you are a person that puts it up on the curb in a parking spot,
I hate you.
I
hope you find your personal hell this week.
I hope someone
whatever your personal hell is, I hope it finds you.
Absolutely. I hope you hit every stoplight on the way home. Like, just all of them. I hope you come back and there's half the chips left in your bag.
I hope you come back. I hope you come home and there's 2 chips left in your bag.
I hope next time that you go to the grocery store and there's 1 spot left, I hope there's a fucking shopping cart
in the middle of it.
Because that is what you do to us.
It's just not hard. It's just not hard.
It's not.
And normally
get your steps in.
most shopping, like, you just walked around the whole store, so it's not like you're opposed to walking.
And now they have them in the parking lot. You can
most
just put
stores
it in
have them in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So
I like to put mine all the way back when I can, back into the little storage area in front of the store.
Oh, that's nice.
I do.
If there's none in the parking lot, I will walk it back.
Yeah.
But if there's one in the parking lot, I'm gonna use that. That's what it's there for.
Yeah, yeah. And if it's like, dude, if I see the person come in, I'm like, oh yeah, sweet.
I'll even ask. I'll be like, can I give this to you?
Yeah.
Like, do you mind? Can I add to your collection?
Yeah.
And most people are like, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But
I'm just like, it's just not hard. It's not hard to be a good person.
No.
It's not hard to put your shopping cart back. It's not hard to not be a dick on
dating apps. That would be
apps.
such a hard ick. If I was on a date and like for whatever reason we went to the grocery store and then he popped that cart up on the curb, I'd get out and walk home.
I'm picturing.
I'd probably get in the shopping cart.
I feel like
a little oar and just roll myself out. I'd be like, oof, that's tough.
That's like up there with being rude to a server.
It is. I would genuinely be like, you have to put that back. I would say something.
That would blow my mind if a guy didn't do that.
And if he didn't, I would do it, and I'd be like,
I would rather have him put his shopping cart back than open my car door.
Oh yeah. Like, I don't feel super passionately. I think it's cool when a guy opens my car door, but I don't feel passionately about that.
Yeah.
Like, if he never did, but he's like an amazing guy, I wouldn't really overthink that.
Think twice about it.
Well, I just think it takes so much time. I just want to get in the car and go.
Well, and it's also awkward that I stand there and you walk around and then you open it. Like, if we're walking together and he comes over and opens it, fine. But even when I'm like, if we're both in the car and we pull up somewhere, I just sit there.
Yeah, until you go. However, if a guy's like, dude, this makes me feel like a man.
Sure.
This is what I'm like, sure, I'll let you open my car door all the time. I don't mind. But also, that's just not going to be the make or break it.
That's not a red flag deal breaker for me.
Yeah.
I think the easier one, actually, that I, like, didn't realize I appreciated so much is guys that walk on the street side of the sidewalk. Like, because I'm like, again, not a deal breaker, like, if a guy doesn't do it, but to me, that's so much more effortless because it's literally just switching spots. And so whenever a guy, like, thinks of that and switches spots with me and walks on the street side, I'm like, that was really sweet.
The only thing that I like could be selfish about that is what if he does get hit by a car? Now I have to take care of you. Now I have to call 911. Now I'm traumatized. Like, you know, truly, then all of the responsibility gets put on me
because you're gonna feel guilty because he was standing there to protect you.
Just kidding.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Yeah. I'd be like, oh, well, that's what they put him there for.
Yeah, I guess the only thing to me, like, I know it's, like, such an old school move, and, like, just the idea of it is very chivalrous, but there is a part of me that's like, if a car is barreling into us, I don't think...
I don't think it was the guy.
I don't think it matters who's on the street side.
But I think if he's street side, he can shove you into a bush.
It's gonna be...
But now I'm in the bush.
Unless he's like fucking Edward Cullen and he's gonna fucking smash the car
just like
away
Spider
from us.
Monkey.
But I'm like, if we're walking down the street and a car comes barreling into us, unless you have fucking Spider-Man reflexes, I think we're both going down. I don't think it matters. If anything, I think I stand less of a chance because now not only am I getting hit by the car, I'm getting hit by you and the car.
We're talking about 2 strikes against a woman.
And then I'm probably getting smushed into a building. So, like, if anything, I'd rather be in between you and the car.
Take me out, Click.
If anything, I'd rather be between you and the car so I have buffers on both sides.
Sure. Actually, just put me on your shoulders. Because then if a car comes barreling in, my thumb might just go into the windshield.
You go scooting across.
And I'm like, you're good. Yeah. No, it is so sweet. It really is thoughtful. And all jokes aside, I really hope that the car doesn't come barreling. Like, I really don't want the dude to get hit or anything.
No, I don't want anyone to get hit.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the actual logic behind it.
Like, I am curious what the statistic is of men walking on the inside of women. How many lives have been saved?
On the outside, you mean?
On the outside. I was thinking inside of like this.
How many men have saved women by walking on the outside?
Yeah, who's got that statistic?
Oh, let us know.
I'd like to know.
I understand the reasoning behind it.
How many women have died because
How many people have died via car barreling into them, and there wasn't a man to protect them? Also, you know that I love me a short king, so
how many meatballs are rolling?
This is where I do question, you know, if the guy is 6'6", 300 pounds, is he gonna have a better chance of protecting me versus a 5'5"?
I would say, dude, there's a higher chance the agility of the shorter king, he might be able to get you out of the way, where there's a 6'4", 300-pound guy. He's barreling. He's barreling into you.
Meatball grabs me. I just become one with the meatball.
Yeah,
we start rolling down the street.
Dude, the other guy's gonna be like, ah! A tower,
like the Wicked Witch under the house.
He's like switching under like a little June bug. I can't even imagine giving your eulogy. She didn't know what was coming.
She literally didn't know. Oh, I heard it was a car accident. Well, it actually was a
building tower. Oh, man.
Oh. Well, fun with that.
And with that.
That's why we're still single.
Yeah. No, probably. Bye, bitch.
Damn, you really just went for it.